State House of Assembly debunks purported suspension of plenary by members. Cross River State Northern Senatorial Election Petition Tribunal reserved judgment after adoption of final written addresses. Plus, persons living with disabilities sue for inclusiveness. Details in just a moment. Good evening, it's nice to have you on NTA News at 7. I am Paul Aber, now the news in details. With the recent reports circulating in some sections of the media, specifically the Beagle News, regarding the suspension of plenary sessions at the Cross River State House of Assembly, the lawmakers want to categorically state that the House of Assembly has not suspended its plenary session under the leadership of the Speaker, Elvet Ayambe, adding that these reports are inaccurate and misleading as its members enjoy cordial working relationship with the governor of the state, Senator Bassey Ochu. The statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Speaker, Matthew Okache, noted that majority of members travel to attend the inauguration of ministers from Cross River State and are encountering challenges in booking return flights due to unavailability of flights. The statement therefore urged the public to disregard the misinformation spread by unreliable sources as Cross River State House of Assembly stands united in its dedication to serving the citizens and work in harmony with the executive arm of government. In a bid to promote qualitative tertiary education that is job-driven, the Cross River State House of Assembly Committee on Education is pushing to ensure that all institutions in the state function in line with laws establishing them. Assembly correspondent Oba Aysent reports that the chairman of the House Committee on Education, Bassey, stated this during a visit of an oversight function to the Institute of Technology and Management, UGEP, Cross River State.
Institute of Management Technology was established to develop world-class entrepreneurial graduates to meet emerging economic demand. It is in the light of these that, as part of its oversight function, the House Committee on Education were at the institution to ascertain the compliance by management of the institution.
We came here to ensure that whatever is going on here, the operation here, the activities here, are in line and in tune with what is expected of this institution vis-a-vis our programs, our approvals, our laws, our rules.
We're very excited by the committee that's come today because they represent one of the first second state government visit that this place has had in 5 years. Now that's the attachment, the importance that we attach to this. We have a number of challenges mostly based around money, but those have all been noted. We've reported on many things and they are promised to help and support ITM to become the best polytechnic in Cross River State.
The committee said the institution, being the only polytechnic in the state, will play a vital role in reducing unemployment in the state, cannot be allowed to underperform. In Calabar, Oba Aysent, NTA News.
And now to the judiciary. The Cross River State and Northern Senatorial District Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Calabar has reserved its ruling on a petition filed by the senatorial candidate of All Progressives Congress APC, Senator Ben Ayade, challenging the eligibility of Senator Jarigbe Agom Jarigbe. Harriet Indem reports that both parties are expecting judgment soon.
The Northern Senatorial District Election Petition Tribunal, sitting at the Federal High Court Calabar, has two parties' final addresses which were adopted by the court and judgment reserved to a later date. The counsels to both parties speak.
We have been able to show to the court, to this honorable tribunal, that the petitioners tendered 770 exhibits and called 43 witnesses, and that contrary to their assertion Section 149 of the Electoral Act and other sections have made it clear that you no longer need to call results or witnesses from each polling unit to be able to make a case, because that is practical impossibility. Senator Ben Ayade was not entitled to be returned as the duly elected senator for Cross River North, and that it was Jarigbe, the second respondent, who was. We've been able to demonstrate that it was the same INEC that certified and gave us from EC8A. They cannot now turn around to say we should have used from EC81. From EC8A was for the presidential election and EC81 was for the senatorial election. It was the same INEC that gave it to us. So you want to profit from your illegality, from your malfeasance.
We've made it clear that we needed not to have even called any witness, because in the first place, the petitioner that has the burden to prove his case did not prove anything. Instead, they contradicted their position. You cannot say there was no election and you tender results of election, and then you tender voters register and tender results, reports of accreditation, which all prove that there was election. So in the first place, and that is the point we made, that their case required no assistance to collapse.
It is hopeful that the next court sitting, which is the final judgment, the outcome will strengthen democracy. In Calabar, Arut Ndem, NTA News.
Governments at all levels have been encouraged to have concrete framework of inclusiveness from the grassroots as it concerns people living with disability. This was the appeal to the Cross River State government by the convener Disability Inclusion Nigeria, Dr. Jake Epele, when he led other groups during a visit to the Secretary to the Cross River State government, Professor Anthony Owan-Eno in Calabar. Correspondent has details.
People with disability are sometimes forgotten in governance, hence the campaign for inclusiveness. Other issues raised to move the state forward include conduct of local government elections, implementation of the Disability Agency, conducting governance and systems audits in the state, and build capacity of persons with disability.
South Africa was formerly known as the Albino Foundation, and our job is to bring together persons with disability at national and on international level to see how we can, through advocacy, through program design, get government to practice real inclusivity in the sense that everything the government is doing, they ought to take into consideration persons with disability and provide the necessary things that they need to make sure that they are part of governance. That's, in a nutshell, what we do, why we're here, and the things that we intend to do.
It is a commission that will air the views of persons with disability in the state, as far as we know. So we are appealing to His Excellency to give us a listening ear as he promotes persons with disability by establishing that commission.
Secretary to the Cross River State government concurred that most public buildings in Nigeria are constructed without plan for persons with disability, but promised government interest to include them in governance, while volunteering himself as a member to move their cause forward.
People with disabilities can also have access to our facilities. That is a big point of attention, which if they do, of course, it's going to draw attention of the government to always make sure that any public building is not only for the able, it's also for the disabled. That I think we will do. In terms of the bill, the law, we've already passed the bill in the House of Assembly, for which we have talked about the inclusion of people with disabilities in the affairs of the state. That has been recognized, has been pursued. We've done that. For the state, I think we're doing very well when it comes to involving people with disabilities in the management of our affairs as a state.
The Disability Inclusion of Nigeria Group noted that a capacity development is being organized for members to contribute to the growth of the state. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
In pursuant to the digitization of the NTA for highest production and telecast service, a facility consultant team is working out modalities towards redesigning of the establishment in Calabar. This came to the fore when they officially held talks with management staff of the station as well as inspect studio facilities at the station. Bernie Achibong was there and now reports.
Having been established in the 70s, Nta Calabar has over the years been providing broadcast services for people and state governments until when the NSAS destruction was experienced, and now the station is still grappling to regain its lost facilities. Concern about the unaccepted facility situation of this station is why this consultancy group of contractors have been taking stock of what is needed to restore the state of arts broadcast facilities at the studio complex. The team led by Engineer Nta Calabar speaks on the essence of the visit.
What we are doing here now is just to get the cost of what is needed to be done here. I've been working for other places, making sure that interventions are given when you approach them very close.
We must redesign the studio. Like other studios that we have been seeing, it's very large. They contain all those departments.
The general manager of Nta Calabar, Comrade Kunle Ajibola, expressed appreciation to the team for the concern and interest shown about the station and hope the intention will bring positive change to the station for conducive working environment.
Challenges are meant to be surmounted. We'll go back to the drawing board. We are here now, to see, to notch the initiative further, and so that we can all together bring input.
The visit afforded members of the team to rub minds with management staff on grey areas that will boost their proposals. In Calabar, Benny Achibong, NTA News.
These are the stories trending on Nta Calabar. For detailed version of this news, please join us every day at 7 p.m. on Nta Calabar. On behalf of the entire crew, I am Paul Abel. Do have a splendid day.